So, hi all. Now we are going to see about the topic notation, programming language, and categories of programming language in the first unit. So, let's move on towards the topic. So, programming language. What is a programming language? A programming language is a set of symbols and rules for instructing a computer to perform specific tasks. Okay, the programming language is a set of symbols and rules for instructing computer to perform specific task. ஒரு டாஸ்க் நம்ம வந்து கம்ப்யூட்டரை பண்ண வைக்கணும், அதுக்குண்டான ரூல்ஸை நம்ம இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு பேர் தான் programming language. The programmers have to follow all the specified rules before writing program using programming language. The user has to communicate with the program using language which it can understand. ஓகேவா? ஸோ கம்ப்யூட்டருக்கு நம்மளை மாதிரி தமிழோ இங்கிலீஷோ அந்த மாதிரி லாங்குவேஜஸ் புரியாது. இட் கேன் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் ஒன்லி zeros and ones. ஸோ the user has to communicate with the computer using language which it can understand. Okay, so next, the types of programming language. So we have three types of programming language here. The one is machine language, second one is assembly language, third one is high level language. Okay, so these are the three types of programming language. Okay, so the first one is machine language. The computer can understand only machine language which uses zeros and ones. The computer can understand only zeros in the form of zeros and ones. In machine language, the different instruction are formed by taking different combination of zeros and ones. Whatever we give, it will take in the form of different combinations of zeros and ones only. So that is called machine language. So the advantage of machine language is it is translation free and it is in high speed. The disadvantage is hard to find errors, it is time consuming and machine to machine dependent. The next one is assembly language. An assembly language is developed which is logically equivalent to machine language, but it is easier for people to read, write and understand. Okay, assembly language is symbolic representation of machine language that uses symbolic notations to represent machine language instruction. Okay, so it is also called low level language because it is closely related to the machines. Okay, so next one, assembler. The assembler is the program which translates the assembly language instruction into a machine language. The advantage of using an assembler is it is easy to understand and easy to use. The next advantage is it is easy to locate and correct errors. If we are using assembler, then the process of locating where the error occurs and the process of correcting that error will be very much easier. The next one is disadvantage. The disadvantage is it is completely machine dependent and hard to learn and less efficient. So these are the three disadvantage of assembly language. So the advantages are it is easy to understand and use, it is easy to locate and correct errors. So the third language is high level language. High level language contains English words and symbols. The language we speak is called high level language. So the high level language contains English words and symbols. The specified set rules are to be followed while writing program in high level language. The interpreter or compiler are used for converting these programs into machine readable form. The major difference between compiler and interpreter is compiler it converts the source code into object code. That is, it converts the high level programming language to machine understandable zeros and ones in one single stretch. Whereas in interpreter it converts a line by line instruction into machine code, that is zeros and ones. It will read a line and convert it into zeros and ones, then read again a next line and then convert it the next line to zeros and ones in interpreter. But in compiler it will create zeros and ones for the entire program in one stretch. Okay, so translating high level programming to machine level languaging, so we make use of compiler reads the whole program written in high level language and translate it to machine language. If any error is found, it display error message on the screen. The interpreter translates the high level language program in line by line manner. The interpreter translates a high level language statement in a source program to a machine code and executes it immediately before translating the next statement. When an error is found, the execution of the program is halted and error message is displayed on the screen. So these are the three programming language we saw.